Hello everybody, welcome back. Now that we finally know the release date for the 3.0 update, the aim release date for this very important update, all we can do is sit, wait and dream of our first planetary landing. But with the 3.0 update we're not only going to get the 3 moons around Crusader and planetary landings, but also the first set of professors in game, which is equally important, and if you allow me, it will help Star Citizen to turn into an actual game for the first time. So today I would like to discuss with you about trading specifically in 3.0, what I think trading will be in this very important patch, and of course hear what you have to say, hear what you think about this profession. I personally think trading as a very important profession and a very important addition in the 3.0 update, and this is mainly because it gives purpose to people, it gives purpose to players to move around, transport goods, transport commodities, and start making money so they can perform any other activity they will want in the future. At the same time, the addition of trading will give purpose to other players that don't want to be traders, but simply want to have some fun, have some action, and make money from their preferred activity, no matter if that activity is to hunt down traders and steal their cargo, or if that activity is to protect traders from pirates. From this we can understand very easily why trading is very important, no matter which type of trading you are following, if you are cargo hauling, accepting contracts to deliver a certain amount of goods at a certain place, or if you are just buying stuff and try to find another place to sell at a better price. Trading is going to be important because it is going to be the money-making activity of Star Citizen, especially at the beginning when we will have a very limited number of activities to perform. So what I think trading is going to be in 3.0, at the beginning of 3.0. Let's take trading, both types of trading, which is either cargo hauling, accepting contracts to deliver a certain amount of goods at a certain place, or either you are roaming around, visiting places, trying to find goods to buy low and sell high somewhere else in order to make the best profit possible. The problem with the beginning of 3.0 is that we will not have that many places, that many landing zones where we will be able to visit and try to find good opportunities for profit. So that makes me believe that trading at the beginning of the game is going to be very limited. It is going to be there just for us to test this system and have fun while making some money. There are going to be limitations for sure, and this is mainly because the 2 major landing zones that are going to be in game with the 3.0 update are Port Olisar and Grim Hex. And I'm saying this because the modular space stations, the truck stops, are planned for release with the 3.1 update. So there is nothing else around in the Crusader area, in the expanded Crusader area, that will help as a spot for shops for buying and selling goods. The lack of locations at the beginning of this very important update is also why it is so important to have Delamar in 3.0 and its landing zone Levski, as we have seen it in the Gamescom demo of last year. Of course, there is absolutely nothing stopping CIG from transforming an existing location, for example in the Crusader area, into a mini trading hub, into adding an extra NPC and turn it into another location for us to visit and sell or buy goods. At the same time, we will have the outposts on the surface of the moons, so it might also be possible for CIG to add another extra NPC, like the ones we have in Port Olisar and Grim Hex, and turn it into a mini trading hub on the surface of a moon. I will really welcome such an addition, but I find it very difficult from what we have heard so far of the outpost and the features of 3.0, but CIG has surprised us before and I really don't see any reason why not surprise us again for one more time. I will personally welcome an addition like that in the game, an addition of a surface shop that we can land on the surface of one of these moons, buy some goods and then return to Port Olisar to sell them for profit. That will be truly amazing. Because of the limitations that trading will have in the 3.0 update, I also believe that a major part, a big part of our income from this activity, from selling goods to a certain shop, will come from our loot, will come from us exploring the surface of the 3 moons and the debris fields and the derelict ships that we will be able to find around Crusader, so we can go to one of these landing zones, to one of these trading hubs, and sell what we have found for a good profit. Another condition that is going to be created by the limitations of trading at the beginning of the 3.0 update is of course the fact that with only 2 locations, if Delamar is not in the 3.0 update of course, with only Grim Hex and Port Olisar to trade with, pirates will know where to find you. It will not surprise me if pirates waiting at Grim Hex in order to intercept trading vessels, in order to intercept freighters and try to grab some of the cargo. This will of course have a lot of fun for pirates and mercenaries, but at the same time might be a bit frustrating for traders to always have to deal with pirates when they are approaching Grim Hex. Of course that means that traders with big vessels, with freelancers, with starfarers, with other vessels that are going to be bigger, will have to hire escort. But it will create some very interesting conditions for trading that you will have to take into consideration before you decide what kind of vessel you are going to pick up and trade with. So one way to work around this problem will be to use smaller vessels, faster and agile vessels, with smaller cargo hold of course, that will allow you to pass behind the pirate lines with ease and reach your destination. This is going to be a quite successful form of trading, especially if you have found a viable good to trade with. A good that with only a small quantity can net you a nice profit. It will be like smuggling. You will have to sneak behind pirates in Grim Hex in order to sell your goods, and I'm also very curious to see what other ways the players are going to find in order to deliver their goods fast and with safety. This is going to change a bit if Delamar is in game. We are going to have a lot more options for trading and it will make our life somewhat easier. Of course, we don't really know the security measures around Delamar, what kind of security measures Delamar and Levski will have, but I don't think it will be any better from Grim Hex, maybe slightly better in terms of security. For sure, there are going to be limitations in trading with the 3.0 update, and it is only logical if you think about it. This is the first step of proficiency in game. This is going to be the first step of trading, and its main purpose will be to test this activity and see how it works. At the same time, I also think it is going to be a lot of fun for players that want to follow this activity to try and find ways to work around the problems that will arise with the introduction of the limited trading at the beginning of this update. A couple around the verse ago, we had the opportunity to take a quite good look at the UI kiosk, the UI that will be used from shops when we're visiting a shop in order to buy or sell our commodities, our goods, and we can see some very nice details of trading, of shopping with this UI. First of all, we can see our ship, the constellation Aquila in the example, and what kind of commodities we are carrying, the amount of these commodities, and the cost, the value of our cargo. At the same time, we can also see what kind of commodities, what kind of goods the different stations, Port Olisar and Grim Hex in our example, are willing to buy and what price they are willing to pay. So this is also going to help us know what are the best goods to look around for and try to sell them for the highest profit possible. In this UI there is something that bothers me a bit, and this is the unloading time, which I think is too high. Maybe that's just only an example, maybe that's just only a random number and this is not the finished loading time when we will get 3.0 in game, but let's assume that it is. So for 8 units that will net you 2.5 alpha UC, which is exactly what an ICC mission is going to pay you, we will have an unloading time of around 12.4 minutes, and if I'm assuming correctly, a bit more than that. We will have an unloading time of 12.4 minutes and probably even higher than that, around 15 minutes. But we have absolutely no idea how this feature is going to work, so we are only guessing right now. It is important to remember this. 12-15 minutes for 8 units is too much, especially when at the same time you can make double that money with completing 2 or even 3 if you are that good at ICC missions. This unloading time kind of worries me, and of course it will not be the same for every commodity. If we are selling only 1 unit or if we are selling 10 units, it will be shorter or longer depending the amount of units that we want to sell. But it will be a downtime for us when trading, a downtime that we will be sitting around doing nothing and waiting for our cargo to be sold, to be unloaded. At the same time, we will also have to wait for the new cargo, for the new commodities to load. So that's an extra downtime, and if we are buying and selling commodities in bulk, then the downtime can be up to half an hour. I really hope I'm wrong, but this is going to be extremely difficult to deal with trading. If we have to wait all the time for one only category of commodities, for one only good, then it will not be very rewarding to perform trading in the verse, like this, at the beginning at least of 3.0. Anyway, we have to remember that we have absolutely no idea how the whole system is going to work, and we are only guessing right now, and we will have to wait. I'm pretty sure the developers will have thought of it, will have thought of something very interesting to do, and we will have absolutely zero complaint from training in the verse in the 3.0 update when it will be implemented for the first time. Something else I wanted to mention was the latest amazing look at Deymar we got with the latest around the verse. The flying in the canyons of Deymar. As we know, Deymar is going to be a mountainous moon. It will have a mountain surface, and it will be amazing to fly like this in its canyons, above its surface, in general, having fun. And of course it creates many opportunities, not only for exploring, but also later for some canyon racing. That's going to be amazing. I really can't wait for the moons and everything that the 3.0 update is going to bring to the game. So this is everything I want to share with you. I want to talk a bit about trading and what I think we might see in 3.0. I would love to hear what you think of trading in 3.0 and what we might experience for the first time in game. For me, trading is going to be very important for the future of Star Citizen and the future of the gameplay we all want to have in this amazing game. Because trading is what makes the world go round, because trading is what determines activity in an area, activity in a game, and of course creates gameplay for not only traders, but other players as well that want to play as pirates or mercenaries. I really hope that Delamar will be in game. This will expand our opportunities as traders and will make the universe a lot more alive, but it will also be possible even without Delamar that the developers might transform some other areas into shops and allow us to have some more locations to visit and trade with. I would really love to hear what you think about trading, if you find it important for the game, as important as I think it will be, and what would you like to see. Thank you very much for joining me. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. I am SquidofLove and I will see you around the verse. Bye bye.